and welcome to the Lake District Yogi. I'm Kat. Today's class is all about the core. We all know how important it is to have a strong, healthy core to help us physically. I like to think that having a strong core also gives me some kind of inner strength, like I connect the two in my mind, that kind of whole area here where you feel the fire in your belly and when you feel that heat building and that real inner strength. To me, that's kind of all connected, and I really like feeling that about this physical and sort of energetic or spiritual, emotional work all coming together. So throughout this class, I will be inviting you to engage your core. I'm just quickly going to give a couple of kind of visuals about how you can do that. So in many yoga classes, you'll kind of hear it talked about like drawing your belly to your spine, so spine to belly, drawing in like that. Personally, I don't find that particularly useful. Far more useful for me is the visual of doing up a pair of really tight jeans. You know, when you've got your tight jeans and you have to suck, it's kind of like, almost like the hip points at the front here move together. It's that kind of inward movement, isn't it? That you then can do up that zip. That's kind of the feel that I imagine when I'm doing that. There are lots of other cues you could use or visuals you could think about. I find that one quite useful. And we're not looking for like 100% engagement. I mean, nowhere near. It's a light engagement across those lower abdominals. It's just drawing everything in softly. In yoga, we have a bandha here too, like a lock. It was traditionally seen as a way of sealing in prana or energy so it didn't escape the body. I also find that a really useful kind of image or idea in my head, that it's creating a sort of a band around here of just stability. And from that stable place, we can then move freely. So as always in yoga, we get these kind of conflicting ideas and opposing ideas. And so that creating that stability around the core enables the freedom of movement and the free movement of energy. Anyway, so when I'm talking about engaging the core, it's that drawing in of the lower belly, whichever visual or idea works for you. I like the jeans. If it helps to think about drawing belly to spine, then by all means do that. So as always, make your space as comfortable and as cozy as you can. Have a sip of tea if you've brought your tea to your mat. And then we'll start in an easy cross-legged position. If you want to kneel, that's fine too. You can sit on a pillow or a cushion, or whatever you want to start the session really comfortably. And we'll just close our eyes. You can let your hands rest on your knees if you're sitting cross-legged. Maybe let the fingers curl around the front of the knees. And then allow that delicious, gentle lengthening through the spine. So just finding some space in the physical body. Finding a little bit of spaciousness in the breath. So just feeling that gentle expansion in the torso. And allow yourself just a couple of moments to fully arrive here. So your body, your physical body, is obviously sitting on your mat, but your mind may very well be elsewhere. So allowing yourself the opportunity to bring all the parts of you here into this moment. Feeling yourself really grounded, so all the points of contact with the floor. That spaciousness in the body and the breath. If you want to have a nice sigh, just let something go, just anything that helps you lose some of that kind of raggedy edge to our being and allow ourselves to feel centered and settled. Obviously this will develop as we move through our practice. Okay, and then we'll start moving. We're going to start nice and gently. Just place our right hand on the ground beside us. Stretch our left arm alongside our ear. Keep this left sitting bone rooted and reach to the tips of your fingers. Bend this right elbow if you need. And then staying exactly there, place your left hand behind your head and just peel back very gently. This is really early days. Peel back that left shoulder, maybe turn to look towards that left elbow. Release the arm alongside the ear for one more breath. And then sweep to the other side. Place the left hand down, the right arm alongside the ear, right to the tips of the fingertips is how we reach, like really extending this lovely elastic feeling here. Keep that right sitting bone rooted. And then place the right hand behind the head, peel back the shoulder and the elbow, even if it's just a micro movement or even an intention of a movement, just to feel some spaciousness around the shoulder. Maybe turn to look towards your elbow. If your eyes are closed, you can still turn your kind of inward gaze that way. And then extend the arm alongside the ear once more. Come back to center, we'll move into a twist. So we'll bring our right hand behind, left hand onto our right knee, press into the earth, let the spine grow long, and then twist from the belly. Slowly come back round to center, right hand to left knee, left hand behind. Again, press into the earth, find lift, and then twist from the belly. Slowly come back round to the front. We'll roll over our knees and find all fours. So we're looking for our wrists under our shoulders, our knees under our hips. You can tuck the toes or not. And again, just like we did at the beginning, just pause just for a moment and allow yourself to arrive back. So we need to put these little pauses in all the way through our practice. We get distracted and our minds wander, and it's just really nice to give a really gentle, non-judgmental opportunity to just keep coming back again and again and again. So coming back to your body, back to your breath. Find that soft gaze point, maybe between the thumbs or a little bit in front, maybe the front of your mat, wherever feels gentle on the neck. Soften the gaze, let the belly drop, and then lift the chin. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, press the earth away and round the spine, let the head hang. Breathing in, lifts the tailbone, belly drops, wave it through, heart shines between the kind of gateposts of the shoulders. And keep moving like this on your own breath rhythm, just for a couple more breaths, exhaling to arch the spine. Inhaling to create that little Mexican wave as we shine the heart forward and lift the gaze. Let's do one more just like this. Really press into the earth, lift the spine. Soften everything as you sweep the heart through. And then tuck the toes if you haven't already. And sit the hips back to the heels, reach the arms forward. Place the forehead down. Here's another moment of recentering if you need it. Next inhale, come forward, keep the hands glued where they are. And then let the hips drip towards the earth. Exhale, press into the hands, push yourself back. Find some rhythm and fluidity here. Maybe draw the chin to the chest as you come forward. Let the hips settle. Press into the earth, move the hips back. So the more you tuck the chin and round the spine, the more fluidity and movement you will get in the spine. You can go much slower than this if you want. I've picked up the pace just a tiny bit, just to start to build some warmth, some energy. So we'll do one more like this and then return to all fours. So when you set the hips back, just allow yourself a full round of breath in this active child's pose. And then find your way back to all fours. Okay, so this is where we're going to start to turn that core on. So find that light engagement in the core. Send your right leg behind you and your left arm. Find a gaze point, embrace the wobble, and really start to feel how you may have turned on a light engagement, but your core has probably kicked in a little bit now. So keep focused, maybe it's directly beneath your nose, maybe at the front of your mat. Soften the gaze slightly, reconnect with your breath. Keep the energy in the arm and the leg. And then you can either stay here, if you want to, you can reach behind, find that foot in space, push foot into hand, hand into foot. Letting it go really gently, back to our balance. And then bring the hands down, keep the leg lifted, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, draw the knee into the chest, you can drop the head. Inhale, extend that leg behind you, reach the heart forward, lift the gaze. Exhale, round it in, forehead to knee. One more time, reach it out, extend. Draw it into the chest, this time hold, really pull the knee up into the chest. And then set that knee back down. Tuck the toes. And then lift the knees off the mat, just an inch or so, just to hover. Again, keep that core lightly engaged. And then let the knees come down. We'll do that on the other side. So we'll send the left leg back, the right arm forward, drawing in that lower belly, doing up those tight jeans. Find your gaze point. Trying to keep the breath as smooth and steady as we can. And again, staying here or reaching round behind to find your foot. And pull foot into hand, hand into foot. Create that opposing movement. Gently let it all go back to your balance with control. Bring the hand down. Keep the leg lifted. Take that big expansive breath in, and as you breathe out, curl the knee to the nose. Inhale with control, back out behind you, lift the gaze. Curl in, knee to nose. Extend out behind you. Knee to nose, this time hold the knee, draw it in. Bring the knee down, tuck the toes, and we'll lift the hips back into our first downward dog. So do any amount of pedaling or movement that you need to do here. So keeping things soft if you want to keep them soft, or you can really kind of go for it with the bending one knee and then the other. This is where it's so important to listen to your own body and feel into what feels right and what your body needs. And then gently finding stillness. If this is still awkward for you, don't forget to bend the knees heavily and lift the hips to draw that length through the spine. And then we're going to come up onto our tiptoes. Draw the chin to the chest and ripple forward into plank. And then bend the knees and push yourself back. So 2 more just like that. Up onto the toes. Draw that core in as you wave forward into plank. Bend the knees. Push yourself back. One more time. Draw yourself forward, rippling through. This time we'll hold in plank just for a moment. And then either staying in this plank, so really nice and strong, pressing the earth away, really drawing in that belly now, so really engaging that core. And either stay here or you can lift one leg and hold one leg. Keep that core engagement. And then maybe lower that foot. If you're doing that, lift the other leg. Keep everything feeling fiery and strong. That's what I mean about that inner strength. I just love it. And then lower the foot down, bend the knees one more time. Come back to downward dog. Pedal out the feet. And take a couple of breaths here. So we're keeping that light core engagement throughout, if we can. And then we're going to be activating at key points. So even here in our downward dog, we can keep that core lightly engaged. We're working it, we know it's there, it's the seat of so much strength and power within us. Okay, so one more time, we'll roll forward into plank. This time we're going to lower all the way to the ground, so you can just bend the elbows and come down slowly through chaturanga, or bring your knees down, then your chest, then your chin, slide onto your belly. Untuck the toes, hands are under the shoulders. Keep the elbows tucked in as we lift into cobra. Exhale yourself back down. Inhale once more. And exhale back down. This time slide the arms so the forearms are parallel. Elbows underneath the shoulders. And then we'll create that slight activation. So spray through the fingers. Feel the contact all the way down the lower arm. And then activate them by imagining you're drawing your elbows towards your hips, sliding the palms back towards you. Just feel that light engagement. You might feel it in the lower back, you might feel it in the shoulders. If this feels comfortable and you know your lower back's fairly solid, you can straighten the arms and find seal pose. Again, here we want to be keeping that core engagement. It's places like this where having a strong core is keeping us safe, really, in these back bends and what have you. It's all good stuff. And then if you've got your arms straight, gently lower back down to find Sphinx. And then move the elbows to the side, hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, and come back into this active child just for one breath. And then make your way back to downward dog. Okay, how are we doing so far? Hope you're good, still with me. Okay, come up onto your toes, roll forward once more into plank, and this time we're going to move into side plank. So you can just roll onto the outside edge of that right foot and lift your arm overhead, or you can bring this right knee down. So this is your sort of supported side plank. If you're not feeling it today, otherwise you can have one foot in front of the other, or stack the feet. Lift the hips a bit, let's get some engagement around here. Press into the earth. Feel your strength. And then with control, bring the left hand back down, move through plank and onto the other side. So whichever one you did on the first side, whether you brought your knee down or put your foot in front of one in front of the other, do the same on this side. Got the feet stacked. Try to lift the hips a little. You might feel how that changes the engagement in the waist. And then slowly come back round to plank. And hold here. So draw in that core. Obviously, if you want to, you can bring the knees down. If you can manage it, keep the knees lifted. Press back with the heels. press into the hands. Feel that core really fired up. And then gently come to the knees, find all fours. Swivel the bottom of this right leg. So we're bringing the right leg so it's parallel with the short edge of the mat, tuck the toes, right hand comes to the ground, left foot. So we've got hand, knee and foot all in a row, and then lift the left arm. So we're all in this supported side plank now. Feel around this left hip, maybe sort of energetically, just move it forward a little. Feel how it kind of lights up that kind of engagement. And then draw the core in, press off the right hand and come up into gate pose. So left hand to the left leg. Reach the right arm up or alongside the ear. Come back up, stay kneeling. Bring the hands and clasp them behind your head. Bring the elbows back a little bit, not anything severe, just enough so that there's space. Finding some spaciousness in the chest. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, just lean into that empty space in the right. And hold here, just keep breathing, don't hold your breath, that's so tempting. Keep the breath smooth and steady. Come back up to center, gather yourself, we're going to do it one more time. Take a breath in. And then breathe out into that space, and then let yourself breathe here. And come back up to center, drop the hand one more time, let's ease it out. And then swivel yourself back to all fours, we'll do the other side. I'm going to turn around, you don't need to turn around. And then swivel the left leg out. Right leg long, left hand down, extend that right arm. You can tuck the toes at the back, or not. Okay, re-find your breath. Draw in that lower belly. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to engage the core, press into a hand to come up into gate pose. Right hand down on the leg, left arm either straight up or alongside you, along the ear. Take a spacious breath here. And then come up, place your hands behind your head. Open the elbows, take a delicious breath. And then just move into that empty space. Keep this top elbow nice and open. Go as low as you can till you really feel everything lighting up. Breathe yourself back up, gather yourself. One more time, lower down into that space, feel everything lighting up, feel the energy, feel that inner fire. It's powerful stuff. Let's come back up, drop the hand, extend that arm one more time. Come back up, swivel yourself back. Tuck the toes, open the knees, sit back into child's pose. You can stay like that or come up onto the fingertips and keep everything really nice and activated. Just re-center ourselves and then let the palms come flat. Lift the head. Move back to downward dog. Pedal out a little. Extend the right leg behind you. And then step through between your hands, finding that low lunge. And then once you've got balance and everything is, feeling pretty stable, press into the feet to lift yourself up, bring the arms overhead. So pressing back with that back heel, pressing down into that front foot. So we're pressing into the earth to find that lift, that energy. Maybe feel it rising up through your body, right to the tips of your fingers. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, draw the elbows back and down, cactus the arms, press the palms forward, maybe find a little back bend. Extend back up, bring the hands down, step to plank, move through a vinyasa, so either through chaturanga, keeping the thighs off the floor, or going down, knees, chest, chin, and finding cobra, and then finding our way back to downward dog. When you're ready, extend the left leg behind you. Step it through, feel for the balance, root yourself, and then lift up. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, draw the elbows back and down, shine the palms forward, maybe a little back bend. And then bring the hands down, step back into plank. And again, move through your flow. Finding your way to downward dog. We've been here a few times now. Maybe things are starting to feel a bit warmer and a bit easier. So just enjoy the sensations. And we're going to move to the front of the mat. So you can get there however you like. You can walk, taking a number of steps. You can bend the knees, take a jump. We're going to land in a forward fold at the front of our mat. You can separate your feet a little. You can hold the opposite elbows. Let yourself really let go and hang. And then find stillness. The feet touching or almost touching. And then sit the hips down nice and low and bring the arms overhead so you find chair. So again, keeping those tight jeans zipped up. Can you sink a little lower? If it's too much to have the arms up here, by all means bring the hands to your heart. Find a gaze point. Soften that gaze completely. Can you sink a little bit more? Okay, I'll tell you where we're moving next. We're coming down to a seat and straight into boat. So with control, come down. You can bring your hands down, obviously, and then find boat. Nicely done. Okay, so you can keep your hands on the mat. You can keep your feet on the mat. You can hold behind your thighs. There's so many options. Or you can bring the hands alongside. Embrace the shake and be wary of this happening. So we want to try and keep a kind of magnetic action between our torso and our thighs. You can straighten the legs if you like. And then slowly set the feet down. And shift yourself so that you can come onto your back. And then let the arms come alongside the body. Separate the feet so that they're hip width apart. And just pause here for a moment. And then engage that core. So this is the first time we've done this lying down, so it might feel more obvious or it might feel slightly different. Imagining those two hip points at the front kind of moving towards each other. I know that's a really odd cue, but I don't know, it works for me. Maybe it does for you. And then kind of magnetize your inner thighs and your inner knees. Imagine that they're both being drawn and repelled. There's whole energy happening everywhere. Nothing is just hanging out there by accident. Press into the arms, spread the fingers, tuck the chin. Feel that heart space at the back grounding. So the back of the heart really kissing into the earth. And then when you're ready, we're going to take an in-breath, press firmly into the feet and lift the hips. So feel the weight move into your shoulders, not into your neck. And then you can either stay here, or you can do a little flow, so you're lowering the hips as you exhale, and then lifting the hips as you inhale. It's entirely up to you. If you want to just stay with the hips lifted, engaging through the inner thighs, the inner knees, engaging through the core, everything is energized and lit and awake. And the breath is still smooth and slow, in and out of the nose. And on your next exhale, gently start to ripple the spine back down to the earth. Bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees open out to the side. Maybe place your hands on your belly. Take a couple of really nice, soothing, cooling breaths here as we let everything settle back down. And then gently close the knees like a book. You can cross your feet, make your way back up to a seat. I'm just going to end with a final little seated twist. I always feel it's just a really nice way to end. You can do that lying down, or today we're going to do it seated. So when you're ready, sweep the arms overhead. Gently move into your twist to the right. Gently sweep the arms overhead once more. Move into a twist on the left. Bring the arms overhead and draw the hands down through the heart. Maybe bow your head. Giving yourself just a final moment of gratitude for giving yourself this time on your mat. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this class, please like and subscribe, because it really helps, and then you'll never miss another Lake District Yogi session. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, whatever you are doing. Take care, and I will see you again soon.